breezes, North Carolina. We're the sandy beaches, wonderland of variety. North Carolina.
3. David Lancaster, we have made it another year with the Southeast Gassers Association, and my God, what a culmination this is going to be here at Shady Side Dragway.
Shady Side is the place we started, this place we ended it, and these wars that we've had in the 10 races in between has been epic, and it's going to be epic today in the final.
I think epic is a very gross understatement to what we're going to have here today, David. You know, the stands are packing the bleachers behind us. They're here to see what I think is going to be the battle of the century, and that's Kenneth Phillips and Alan Golden in A-Gas.
And you know what? That Swamp Monster has got some teeth. We saw them in practicing last night. They had a little bit of a shock problem. That seemed to have that cleared up, and now they're going to take a chance and try to knock off the Silver Streak 2 of Kenneth Phillips.
Speaking of the shock problem that you mentioned they had last night during testing, they broke a shock. But as Quayne, the head of this group, brought out this morning in a driver's meeting, 3 different racers, all with good reason for Alan to not race today, pitched in and helped him secure, fix, repair, or even provide a new set of shocks to make sure that he gets to run. If that is not drag race family, it does not exist, Dave.
That is exactly right. That's what we're about in the Southeast Gassers, is that family. And these people want to see, that's why these people paid to get here today, to see this battle of the Silver Corvettes that's went on all year, that culminates here today at Shady Side Dragway.
They come in here tied for the points. If either one of them makes a mistake, the slightest of a hiccup, it's over for that driver. And there goes a year's worth of work and effort, travel, money, everything out the drain. So people say, why is a championship race such an incredible thing, or why is it so big of a deal? Because those racers at that point are willing to take any chance because they have everything to lose and nothing to gain at that point except for just the championship. And to throw it away is so easy. So it's a balance between the maximum performance and yet safety. But take nothing away from B-Gas. You know, that's been a great battle all year. I think Tim Bailey, is going to come out on top. Got to wait and see. And then S.E.G.A, the great Todd Oden and Leslie Horn. That's going to be a battle that finalizes today as well, David.
It really is. The big 58 Del Rey versus the 62 Chevy wagon. You know, the Fulton horsepower versus the Vickery horsepower. You know, it's going to be great. And it could come down to just that moment at the starting line, because a lot of these races are won in the first 60 feet.
Oh, no doubt, and that's so indicative of drag racing, especially on what? But the Pro Tree, brother. You don't get no anticipation here. It's pure reaction, and you better be ready when you put that baby in the stage beams, because it happens instantaneously. So you got to think about what the driver's got to do in this scenario. He's got to get that car staged. He's got to go shallow into the beams. He's got to get them RPMs right, because he don't have the benefit of a rev limiter. It's all mechanical, honey. He's got to get the clutch down, the throttle right, lights are on, swap feet gone. It is a challenge of perfection, let me tell you. And if any mistake right there, that car loses performance, most likely loses that round.
No doubt. The big red eye could always get you at any time. Mitch, my anticipation is on peak right now. I'm like a 10-year-old at Christmas. I can't wait to get this race going, and I know all our fans are too.
Well, let's get out of their way, David. Let's let them see it happen. This is going to be a great one. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, thank you.
I want to thank our fine sponsor, Robbins Repairables in Mooresboro, North Carolina. S.E.G.A coming up right here for you after that wonderful rendition of the national anthem. There's Rick Taylor in the 53 Chevy going to take on Herman Gehring in the Second Chance. There's a good look at Rick Taylor's car right there that he's been campaigning this year, and the Second Chance of Herman Gehring out of North Carolina. Christy Burchett bringing him back into his beams right there. Getting ready to go with both of these drivers. What a good launch right there. Herman Gehring takes the win right there in convincing fashion. The Odd Rod of Kevin Shaw out of Lebanon, Tennessee, going to be taking on Josh Pruitt, the Youngblood out of Inman, South Carolina. If that Odd Rod looks odd, that is a Ford truck with some Chevy parts in it, some Ford parts in it. That's why it's called the Odd Rod. There you see Debbie Pruitt bringing her nephew Josh Pruitt back in that 63 Ford Fairlane. A good look at Josh right there. as he gets ready to go to battle here in S.E.G.A round number 1 at our finals at Shady Side Dragway. Billy Ison liking what he sees. And that screaming blue oval gets down the racetrack and takes the opening round win right there. There's Cynthia Phillips, the flower power out of Columbus, North Carolina, going to take on Dan Hogan out of Cumming, Georgia, in that flat-out Falcon. That Falcon made it all the way to the semifinals here in our opening race of the year. Did Dan Hogan, looking to try to pull off that same magic here today. To no avail as Cynthia Phillips just powers her way. Listen to that small block get through the big end. And there's a wonderful picture of Cynthia right there getting ready to go to the starting line. Stud Muffin Leslie Horn needing 2 rounds of elimination right here to be your S.E.G.A World Champion. Little Chevy 2 wagon, the Stud Muffin out of Boiling Springs, South Carolina, going to take on B.B. Brown out of Dalton, Georgia here in the opening round at Shady Side Dragway. Good shot of the deputy dog as BB calls his car. Big start right there. Deputy dog throwing up trunk lid right there, but you hear that 292 cubic inch motor whine. Billy Gibbons right there in the under new management troublemaker. Billy Wilson out of Gaffney, South Carolina. 327 cubic inches underneath the hood of that 49 Studebaker. He's going to take on the Waxhaw, North Carolina runner, Ben Helms, in the Pucker Time. Pucker Time and the Helms boys been out here with us for a long time. And it looks like the big red light comes on right there for Wilson, and Ben Helms will move on into the next round. There's Doug Capps in the dark horse out of Knoxville, Tennessee. Beautiful little Mustang coupe right there. 65 Mustang coupe. Gonna take on Ronnie Lineberger in the Bowtie Buzzard, that 1955 Chevy right there out of Denver, North Carolina. Good drag race right there with Ronnie Lineberger taking the win. Ronnie Lineberger getting a round win right here. First time we've seen that in a long time. And congratulations to the Lineberger family for that big win right there in first round at our finals at Shady Side Dragway.
Larry Noel, buddy, I'm not going to tell you anything here you don't already know, but this is your last race of the season to be last year's champion. And while that comes with a bit of harsh reality, I guess, you have certainly made preparations and paving the way for 2020's championship bid. Is this the car is going to be it? I mean, so far it is running super strong. It looks like you is suiting you very well.
Yeah, this will be the car for 2020 for sure. It was just a move, you know, to try to get back to the top, and had an offer to buy my other car, and this was for sale, and I just had to make the move, you know.
Well, as again I've said before, I think you made the right move. This is certainly a serious race car, a seriously fast one, and I know that you're enjoying it immensely because you've been to the #1 qualifier with it already. I think it's a past race,
yep. And
I don't know where you're at today, but the
same thing.
#1. See exactly what I said. So, Larry, I just wanted to catch up with you. You know, you've as an ambassador, being the S.E.G.A champion. You know, you've certainly done a wonderful job in that. Your personality is always on top. But, again, this is the last one. You're going to get kicked out by somebody else this year. But, as they say, there's always next year.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. And I was proud as heck to be this year's champion, and we'll do it again.
Well, I'm going to miss your speech that you gave at the awards banquet. So I enjoyed that. So I'm going to root for you again so I can get another one of those speeches.
All right, awesome.
Alfred Adams and the Damn It Bob going to take on the crazy horse of Larry Noel. Larry Noel, our #1 qualifier here today. Larry Noel out of Aiken, South Carolina, and if that car looks familiar, he has recently purchased that car from Billy Edwards. There you see Billy behind the car helping out, as Billy's health problems were too much for him to continue this year. Put the car up for sale. Definitely a top running car. And that top running car evidenced by that 292 cubic inch motor underneath the hood there for Larry Noel as he streaks away to a win right here in round number 2. Tim Hall, the 1967 Rambler out of Abbeville, South Carolina, going to take on Rita Frazier. Rita Frazier hails from Bristol, Tennessee in the American Woman car. A couple of Ramblers right here of distinct different views. One with the wagon, and there you see Tim Hall's dad right up in front, bringing him up to the line. Listen to that 310-inch small block underneath the hood for that Rambler combination. What a good showing right there for Tim Hall. Next pair up going to be the Scream Machine of Jenny Moses out of Brazelton, Georgia. What a paint job that is by Paul Vanderpool. And going to take on the matte black finish of our 2017 World Champ. That is none other than Todd Oden in the XX. There you see Justin Moses bringing his wife back, part of that formidable husband-wife combination. And just on the other side, Gina Oden bringing up Todd, getting him ready to go here in another chase that he's trying to make to run down Leslie Horn in this championship battle we've got here in S.E.G.A. Man, look at that Del Rey lay down on the start right there. The rear end really grabbing hard. What a wheel stand right there by the XX of Todd Oden. There you see he's got a handful of wheel up underneath that big 58 Del Rey. All right, round 1, B-Gas right here coming to you from Shady Side Dragway. There's Bryant Dalton in the Glory Bound out of Knoxville, Tennessee. Going to be taking on another Tennessee runner right here, James Beard out of Ripley, Tennessee in that Obsolete 2. And what a stark contrast in paint jobs this is. The Obsolete 2 right there you see, and the Glory Bound of Bryant Dalton, that 49 Ford. Jimmy Huff horsepower underneath the hood for Bryant Dalton. And something goes awry with that on the starting line, and James Beard's going to streak away to the win in the Obsolete 2 and put it into second round. Unfortunate for Bryant Dalton, as he has worked so hard this year on that car, putting it underneath the knife and trying to make it more competitive right here. The next 2 we got coming up, there is Jimmy Huff out of Loganville, Georgia in the Hoopty wagon, and Michael Walters in Papa's Wild Willis, the 41 Willis out of Rayford, North Carolina. And what a beautiful race car that is, Papa's Wild Willis. Michael Walters building the 302 cubic inch motor underneath the hood right there, taking on Jimmy Huff right here. And he's got a tall order, and that car shoots to the middle. And Jimmy Huff, is all he needs is just that little bobble. Look at that car move to the center line. As it moves to the center line, Jimmy Huff keeps it straight and moves on to round number 2. There's the Junkyard Dog of Danny Bird out of Sikeston, Missouri. He's going to take on Todd Rosenberry right here in round number 1. B-Gas at Shady Side Dragway. A couple of Chevy 2s right here. Rosenberry getting the wheels up off the ground. And man, Danny Bird keeping the wheels down and moving right along. The 78-year-old Danny Bird in the Junkyard Dog moves on to round number 2. 4th race out right here, Rick Varner out of Mooresville, North Carolina, the Dirt Man, going to take on the number 12 qualifier, Daniel Haynes, out of Holly Springs, South Carolina in that Patriot. The Patriot, that nice-looking Falcon in the right-hand lane, going to take on the classic Chevy 2 look of the Dirt Man, Rick Varner. Varner had a little trouble in qualifying, trying to get that worked out right here, but no small order right here as he gets Daniel Haynes. And it looks like Varner turns on the red light right there. A little too soon is Varner. So Varner Hauling and the Dirt Man going to be knocked out right here by his own red light. It's the Vale Conklin car of Anthony Zapata right there. He's going to be taking on Todd Napier out of Oliver Springs, Tennessee. The Atomic Hillbilly going to be in the left-hand lane. And in the right lane, the Chicago, Illinois runner, Tony Zapata, coming to us with that beautiful Henry J. That is absolutely period correct with that Vale Conklin on the side, just as it was when it was raced in the 60s. Look at the wheel stand right there by Tony Zapata. Man, and getting them down a little bit quicker was Napier. Napier was able to keep the wheels down a little bit sooner. And it looks like Zapata had a little bit of a problem down track. We saw some smoke down track, and unfortunately, that's not going to be too terminal for him. In other action right here, Ronnie Sandhuff out of Corpus Christi, Texas, and Bill Revels out of North Carolina getting down the racetrack right here as the next pair goes down. Ronnie Sandhuff taking the win right there. There's Jeff Madden taking on Sean McLemore right there, with Sean McLemore taking the whole shot win right there in the Foul Bird Falcon out of Clinton, Tennessee. Next is Kelvin Cannon. He's going to take on Ernie Smith right here. Ernie Smith really putting the horses to it right there as he gets down the racetrack in that four-door Chevy 2. Looks like Kelvin Cannon had a little problem out there, a little shake problem going on in that beautiful panel that he is driving here, part of the Platt and Cannon race team. And here is Rod Bergner out of Floresville, Texas. He's going to be taking on Art Copeland. Copeland out of Georgia, owner of Southern Pine Floorings right here in that 41 Studebaker that he calls the Kryptonite. So we got the Undertaker in Bergner taking on the Kryptonite of Art Copeland here today at Shady Side Dragway. Bergner getting a little bit of a start right there, but looks like that's all he's going to need as Bergner takes the win right here over Copeland. Look at that car sit down in the rear end, that big 55 Undertaker. If you hadn't had a chance to check out SewellImagery.com, check out those steals right there from SewellImagery.com. Travis Owen out of Atlanta, Georgia in the Born to Boogie 1955 Chevy, taking on another 55 Chevy, just a little bit different in color, the Greenhorn Hillbilly of T.J. York. T.J. York right now trying to maintain a second place on the points, and Travis Owen making his appearance here with us this year. I think this is the second time Travis has been with us in the Born to Boogie, as he's put that car under some serious knife to make it competitive here in the Southeast Gassers. T.J. York going to give him all he wants right here as a competitive car. T.J. York is streaking away to the win right here in the Greenhorn Hillbilly. Another good shot right there, Sewell Imagery with both of those cars, wheels in the air. Next up, Doug Dobbins going to be taking on Gary Smith. Gary Smith, you may remember from our race in Aiken, had a problem with his Henry J, the chicken bone, and he told him, he said, I'll be at Shady Side, don't worry. And here he is in this Plymouth, campaigning out here, making every race this year with us. Doug Dobbins, though, the medicine man, just an absolute screaming piece of machinery that is for sale, by the way. Doug Dobbins looking to do something a little different for next year. There's the other man that's contesting the second and third place in the points. That is Jerry Birch and his brother Joey in the Freebird. And they're going to get all they want right here. Jason Roberts in the left lane. Roberts in the Carolina Moon. Birch brothers in the Freebird. part of Joe's Speed Shop down there out of Roebuck, South Carolina. There you see his brother Joey underneath the watchful eye right there for Jerry Birch. Technical department making sure there's nothing on the track. Oh man, look at Jerry Birch take that thing to the center line, reels it in, gets second gear, and gets down the racetrack, keeping his hopes of second place in this B-Gas alive here today. Man, look at that erratic handling car with that straight axle. Turn to the center. As you see, Birch got that thing turned as far as he can to the right. Get that front wheel down and get second gear. Here's the number one qualifier right here. The Smoking Sam going to be taking on the Hub City Hustler. 61 Bel Air right here, owned by Richie Pugh. And driving it today going to be Tommy Mooney, two-time world champion. He's going to take on Mike Blackwell, the number one qualifier, as Mooney and Pugh trying to get the bugs worked out of this car right here with their new motor combination and shake down the car as well. But they've got a tough order right here in Mike Blackwell and this Smoking Sam, who has really been smoking the competition in B-Gas this year. Mike Blackwell out of Campobello, South Carolina. There you see his daughter-in-law bringing him into the beams. Again, another problem with rearing its head for Mooney and Pugh in that car on the left lane, the Hub City Hustler. And Mike Blackwell continues down the racetrack.
Tim, congratulations is the only words I have for you at this point. I wanted to wait until after you had not only arrived, but you had officially made your first qualifying run. That, without question, sealed the fate. Tim, 2019 B-Gas champion, congratulations, my friend. It's the second go-around for you, and you're entering into a very unique group of people that's only been won 2 times. That's Shannon Smith, Donovan Stott, and I think maybe Todd Oden is the only ones that has won 2, and now you've added your name to that book. It's a small list, but a growing list.
Well, it's sort of hard to wrap your brain around. It's been a long year, but it's been a great year. Very competitive. It's so good to see this group continuing to grow and going to different tracks, attracting more fans. So that's the real good thing about it. But yeah, I'm proud of this group. I really am. Well,
there's no question, Todd. You know, the Southeast Gassers Association has done remarkable things, not only to preserve drag racing history, but it's also done remarkable things to bring together a great group of guys, you know, and it has been such a joy, such a reward for Quayne and I to see this come about. And as we've all said throughout the year, you know, you are very integral in that part, being our most dedicated racer standing today. So thank you for that. Congratulations on the championship. Hopefully you'll have good luck, good success in today's race. It ain't over. You know, there's one more war to fight in this battle, or one more battle to fight in this war, I should say. Let me get that right. And so beyond that, hopefully I'll get to talk to you some more today, but by all means, I'm sure I'll be seeing you at the awards banquet come later in the year.
Well, somebody said, well, you going to run it out today? And I said, sure, they're still giving away money and trophies, ain't they? Sure I am. but
still a drag race, right?
Right. But thank you so much. I'm proud of this group. It's an honor to be there.
Again, Tim, thank you, brother. We wish you the best for the day and as well as for next year.
That's right. Thank you.
There's our 2019 world champion right here, Tim Bailey, in that beautiful 57 Corvette called the Alley Cat 2. He's going to be taking on Brian Bishop out of Texas in the Whiplash. We had several of our guys make the trip out here from Texas, part of our Southeast Gasser Texas style racing group that we have out there. And just a beautiful car right there, the Whiplash being period correct with the paint and everything. Going to take on the world champ right here. Don't know if he's got enough. And you see Tim Bailey streaking away to the win right here in first round. Moving into A-Gas round 1. There he is, none other than Rob Walden in that car that is an exact replica of his dad's 33 Willis with a 409 cubic inch motor under the hood. Mr. 409 was Lamar Walden was known as in the Atlanta area. and nationwide. And he's going to take on Barry Lynn right here with that Par race engine underneath the hood. 477 cubic inches under the Little Red Wagon out of Greer, South Carolina. Rob Walden finally found something that he enjoys doing in racing period correct gassers. Right, just like his dad did. He said it takes him back to the days of his father racing when he was just a kid going with him. And right here, first round matchup. Look at the wheels up for Barry Lynn. This is a good drag race, folks. And Barry Lynn takes the win right here. 6 pounds per cubic inch of displacement in those cars. Look at the wheels up right there from Sewell Imagery. Next up going to be Troy Leitner taking on our two-time world champion Donovan Stott. Donovan Stott in that 48 Anglia, the white trash, as he is so known for, making an appearance here at Shadyside, taking a break from his daily duties working at Adventure Power Sports, his new business venture that he's been on this year. Troy Leitner with that Wayne Sless horsepower underneath the hood of that 51 Henry J. He really has a tall order on his hands no matter how many races Donovan Stott runs. I want to also give a big thanks to this year's series sponsor, Carolina Precision Machining. Good start by both drivers. Look at that shot coming off the line right there. Both cars, wheels in the air.
Well, Donovan, son, it's been about a year since you was last here, and the old car just been laying around collecting dust and spider webs and things of that nature. You come out, you dust it off, and in a roundabout way, just right back to your old winning ways.
Well, I wish that the class wouldn't advance in so much, because you come out here, it's been exactly a year. The last time I was racing was here at Shadyside. And these guys are so fast. You know, this used to be a winning car, ET-wise, you know, and it was a good, consistent car. Now, I run what it's always ran. I'm 8th in the qualifying field of a 16-car field, so I'm well in the middle of the mix. But you know, these top 5, 6 guys, they're fierce. And I've got Kenneth Phillips next round, and so I'm going to be the biggest spoiler that I can be without going over into his lane.
Just as it was in 1967, Sam Gable in the moonshot. The 1956 Chevy going to be in the right-hand side, and Steve Davis, the Spinny 2 car, going to be in the left lane. That's Steve Norwood horsepower underneath the hood of Spinny 2. 383 cubic inches for Steve Davis. He and his crew have really made a jump this year. Got that car tracking down the racetrack really well. Lamar Walden race engines underneath the hood. Rob Walden, as you just saw earlier, building the motor underneath the car for Sam Gable. Something happens right there as you see the moonshot get a good launch. Something happened. We'll have to check it out. Looks like there's a headlight right there. See if we can catch it on video. Great shot right there by Trent Sherrill and his group. You see you look at the right front tire and you can see where the glass came out, and that was all it was.
And I want to tend to think that there's a little bit of concern in you in this one. Maybe not.
Well, I'd love to win because, I mean, like you said, I've been there twice, and you don't never know what's going to happen in this, and winning the Southeast Gas Championship is not easy, and you have to stay on top of it, whether you got the fastest car or not. That don't matter either. You just got to be there and have everything right and all to make it work, and so that's what we're here to do today, is make everything work and hope to take home championship today.
Well, as I told Alan.
What did he say about me, by the way?
He said that he was hoping you would just go home.
Well, that's what I thought he would say. I told him.
Now I want to tell you what I told him you said.
Oh, I already said it, huh?
I told him that you said that you knew he couldn't win it on his own, so you was just going to give it to him.
No,
I think that would present a challenge to him.
Yeah, I told him that just to run like he run last night and we'd be good.
Well, you know, the humor and the fun and certainly the camaraderie that he received from our racers to get him going after a broken shock last night. Everybody wants to see this. I told him my prediction is this is going to be not take anything away from any of the other A-Gas racers, but my prediction is it's going to be you and him in the finals. And, buddy, I can't wait to see this one.
I can't wait either. I told him earlier today that I had some shocks and they was just a little bent. He could have had them if he'd have wanted them.
Well, maybe you need to keep pushing that issue. But anyway, Kenneth, buddy, I wish to both of you the best of the luck. It's for us as spectators, commentators. This is the race of races. This is what we love to see. You guys have provided it, so thank you.
Thank you.
The Silver Streak 2, Kenneth Phillips, the man that is tied for the lead right now in our A-Gas championship battle. Going to take on Ben Christopher out of Boiling Springs, South Carolina, in the 48 Anglia replica of the Christopher and Roper days of Gasser racing. Look at the wheels up right there for Christopher. Comes down awfully hard, and that is all that Kenneth Phillips needs to dispatch Christopher right here in round 1 at Shady Side in the finals. The beat goes on for Kenneth Phillips as he tries to get this 2019 World Championship.
But I'm going to say, I'm just going to go out on a limb, and I'm going to say, just for the sake of drama, that you and Kenneth's going to meet each other in the finals and let the chips fall where they may, because that'll be a round that as long as God lets me live, I refuse to miss that round.
Oh, yeah. But, a friend of ours, Donovan Stott, showed up today. And so we're hoping that he has to line up with Kenneth and help us out a little bit, but that's yet to be seen.
Well, Donovan is rusty, so you and Kenneth have got your skills honed about as sharp as I think you're going to get them. And Donovan has some hidden skills. Yes, he does, but my God, are they rusty. So, but yes, anything can happen. I'm just giving my prediction. So, Alan, good luck to you, my friend. The best to you. It's been a battle. It's been an honor to me to get to see it all year long. I'm just dying to see the end of it.
Yeah, and I'm hoping he's not that rusty. I'm hoping he can come out and do pretty good. But, we're going to fight this battle all the way to the end. And he's got to win every round, and I got to win every round. If he misses one round, it's game over. If I miss one round, it's game over for him. So we are definitely crossing our T's, dotting our I's, paying attention.
We'll look forward to happen. It'll be proven on the racetrack.
All right, thank you.
The man that he is facing in that World Championship coming up next, Alan Gaulden out of Land O'Lakes, Florida. He's going to have a tall order on his hands. 2 car race engines right here on the starting line. This is Todd Blackwell striking the hides. You see him in that 66 Nova right there in the left lane. Alan Gaulden doing some dry hops. Hadn't seen him ever do any dry hops before, but you know how much this means to him as you see him on the line right now, getting ready for this 2019 battle. And what a battle it is right there, all the way to the finish line. And Alan Gaulden takes the win. Man, look at that. Wheels up right there from Sewell Imagery. Just doing a great job of capturing everything that we've got going on. And speaking of capturing, here's 2 beautiful Tri-5 Chevys. The 1955 Chevy right there of Zach Hall out of Bluntville, Tennessee. And the Paul Vanderpool paint job on Justin Moses' car right there out of Brazelton, Georgia. There you see Zach Hall in the green car right there in the left lane. Ron Pope Motorsports helping get him up and down the road. Justin Moses, his wife Jenny right out front, bringing her man up to the starting line and putting him in the beams. We've seen a big, significant horsepower improvement for Justin Moses this year. Another good showing right there. There you see a shot from behind it, just how ill handling these cars are. And Justin Moses with a big 532 cubic inch big block underneath the hood right there. Next pair up, that's going to be Gabriel Burrell driving the Quick and Dirty. And folks, if you followed along with us, Gabriel Burrell had some problems. His car not going to be able to finish the season. Tony Turner just gave his car and said, hey man, I know you're in the top 3 in the battle for points. Take the Quick and Dirty, see what you can do with it. And he's done a great job with it. This car's seen some great numbers, but he's got a tall order on his hand right now with Todd Oden right here with the double down, the 57 wagon right here hailing out of Birmingham, Alabama. Vincent Race Engines underneath the hood right there for Todd Oden. There you see Kimmery Turner bringing up the car of her and her husband. Great chance to let you hear those big blocks winding right there. Whoa, look at Gabriel Burrow get over toward the wall and bring it back in and still get the victory right there. What a job of driving right there, much to the appreciation of Tony Turner. Next up, we're going to have a competition single for Dean Jonas right there in the Agent Orange, as Sonny Burr was not able to make the call here in first round in the Avenger. So the 66 Chevy 2 right here going to get down the racetrack with Dean Jonas out of Mount Holly, North Carolina. What a great sound right there, listening to him get through the gears. All right, Superstock round number 1. There you see the number 1 qualifier, Robert Heffley, in the 4-speed Stampede right there. He's the number 1 qualifier, so he gets a bye first round. And he's just going to ease it down the racetrack and save it. As he and Mark Hackett, that you see right here, Mark Hackett in that Mercury Comet Caliente, are tied at 5 wins apiece so far this year. So Mark Hackett right there in that Mercury Comet Caliente going to be in the right lane. In the left lane is going to be Dean Hall in Hammer's Dream, being brought in there by Christy Burchett. Mark Hackett needs to keep pace right here with Heffley, or his championship hopes are over. And there you see him able to do so. Good sound right there, those Superstockers getting down the track. Next pair up, that's going to be none other than Dale Morton right there in Lucille. He's going to be taking on Rick Varner, the Dirt Man. Looks like the Dirt Man was unable to make the call, so a competition single again here for Dale Morton.
But mostly, Charles, Rob, I want to say thank you for everything that you guys have done. We're here honoring you with these plaques. I do not know of any 2 people more worthy of it in reference to what the Southeast Gassers mission is to preserve drag racing history. You guys are drag racing history. Thank you for taking the time to come out. We're honored to have you. Thank you, thank you, and thank you.
Thank you.
Bobby Frizzell out of Ivor, South Carolina, going to be there in that Ford Fairlane. He's going to take on the Leesville, South Carolina runner, Zach Long, in the Brass Monkey. The Brass Monkey versus the Legacy. There you see that beautiful Legacy paint job on the side. Bobby Frizzell out of Ivor, South Carolina, been campaigning with us all year, just as Zach Long has here in our Superstock category. And Zach Long takes the win right there. Dallas Peffley, the number 3 qualifier right here, going to take on Todd Poteet. And Todd Poteet, an absolute thrash just to get here and bring his car to make this 8-car field for us today here at Shady Side Dragway for our finals. Christy Burchett bringing in Poteet, getting him ready to go against Peffley. Tall order right here for Poteet. As you see Peffley just streak away right there from the get-go. And that'll set up a all Belvedere quarterfinal as Dallas Peffley and Zach Long is going to go at it in the next round. All right, Larry Noel, round number 2 right here. By virtue of being the number 1 qualifier, he gets a bye in the second round. So there's a good listen right there. That small block, 292 cubic inches. And Josh Pruitt getting ready to go to battle right here as he's going to be taking on Cynthia Phillips. Battle of the white cars right here. Cynthia Phillips in the 56 Bel Air, the Flower Power. Going to try to knock out the young blood right here. And Josh Pruitt takes the win right there in that 63 Ford Fairlane.
That he went red there from what we know down here, but either way, you put one of the fastest cars out here on the trailer. But I understand y'all are pretty much matching numbers today.
Yeah, car's running okay. This is our voodoo track for us. Something in the transmission ain't going with us, but made another round. That's all that matters.
That is all that matters, brother, is you're here to live to the next one. So we'll just wait and see if maybe that doesn't pan out yet again.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, there he is. Leslie Horn knows if he can win second round, he's going to be the 2019 champ. And there you see him sitting inside his cockpit, getting ready in that stud muffin to take on none other than Herman Gehring in the second chance. Gehring really making some strides this year in S.E.G.A as he is becoming a real contender here. See across the back right there, said, hey, y'all, watch this. Leslie Horn, 292 cubic inches of Gene Fulton horsepower in that small block underneath the hood. And if that car reminds you of that Fulton car, I think that might be the reason that it was chosen. Red light by Herman Gehring, giving the win over to Leslie Horn. Gehring knew he had a tall order in keeping up with Leslie Horn, and he just started ever so early. And there you see Logan Horn, the crew chief of the 2019 S.E.G.A champ, dancing his little jig right there, as you won't find a young man who has more fun at a race than him. Next up, Tim Hall out of Abbeville, South Carolina, going to get all he wants right here at the Bowtie Buzzard of Denver, North Carolina's Ronnie Lineberger. There you see Lineberger's daughter bringing him up to the beams, getting him ready to go. Tim Hall streaks away to the win right there in that 67 Rambler. Another good shot right there of Sewell Imagery, getting everything captured for us in steals. There's the 58 Del Rey, the 2017 champ, the Double X, Todd Oden. Look at that thing sit down in the rear end. I tell you, that's just a piece of beauty. Billy Wilson, who he has drawn in this round out of Gaffney, South Carolina, in that 49 Studebaker truck. And man, look at him streak away to the win. Odin takes the win right there. Another great shot. We love to put those steals in there so you can see just how high those cars get.
Today, all you can do is match old Leslie Horn, and so far you're doing just that.
Yeah, I think that round put him in the championship, though, didn't it?
I'm not going to say that until somebody tells me. My math is always wrong.
I think that did it, and if it did, congratulations to him. He's a great guy and a great team. But I'm still on the hunt for the win today.
As they said, this is just one of the wars within the battle, so that's all.
That's exactly right. Thank y'all. I'm going to get it.
Want to thank our fine sponsor, Robbins Repairables in Mooresboro, North Carolina. There you see Rod Bergner, the Undertaker, out of Floresville, Texas, doing a long smoky burnout, getting those big Hoosiers nice and hot, because he knows he's got a tall order on his hands right here with the Smoking Sam. There you see Steve Davis, one of the guys helping out the Smoking Sam right there, as he usually helps Jeff Madden, but Madden being out of competition right now. Everybody kind of helps everybody out here in the Southeast Gassers, and we're glad of it. The Smoking Sam of Mike Blackwell in the right lane, the #1 qualifier, and Bergner in the left lane. Oh my goodness, something must have happened right there. It looks like the car lurched forward on Blackwell, so the Smoking Sam could not wait anymore as he got down the racetrack, and Bergner takes the win right here. Man, this is the farthest that Bergner has ever went in Southeast Gasser competition here at the finals. You see a lot of celebration for Bergner, and everybody just loving what went on right there for him, much to the chagrin of the Blackwell family. But the Blackwells will be back another day. And there's your 2019 champ getting them warmed up right there nice and hot, as Tim Bailey going to take on Jimmy Huff in the next pair down the racetrack. Huff in the 64 Ford Falcon wagon. Looks like something coming out the back of the Hoopty wagon right there. Even on the hit, Tim Bailey, he's got everything clicking on all cylinders, and he takes the win right there. Todd Napier, the Atomic Hillbilly out of Oliver Springs, Tennessee, going to take on good friend Ernie Smith in the four-door Chevy 2 out of Spartanburg, South Carolina. There you see Wings, etc. on the side right there. Priority Heating and Air, the sponsors for Ernie Smith, along with Aces High Tattoo. There comes the Atomic Hillbilly. They have put that car under the knife this year as well. Look at the wheels get up there for Napier, and he takes the win right there. So that's a great matchup right there.
Halloween is over. Woo! Did you see that? Ha!
We just sitting down here watching all of it, my friend.
We got it figured out, baby. We got it figured out. I'll see you at the scales, son.
So, what you're telling me is the Atomic Hillbilly is back on full charge. The bomb is rigged. It's ready to go.
It's ready. It's full reactor right now. I can feel the heat off of it. Woo! Woo!
That sounds interesting. We'll look see what happens in the next round.
Thank you, Mitch. Going to the scales, baby.
Danny Bird in the Junkyard Dog is going to be matched up against the Foul Bird of Sean McLemore out of Clinton, Tennessee, in that Ford Falcon, and the little 62 Chevy 2 for Danny Bird out of Sykeston, Missouri. Brian Burkhofer right there, the crew chief on the Junkyard Dog. McLemore knows he's got to go in there and get something on the tree. It looks like something happened to him, and Danny Bird takes another round win. 78-year-old Danny Bird, there you see him leaving the line. Got that St. Louis Cardinals on the side as he hails from the state of Missouri. Next two down the racetrack, there's the Corpus Christi, Texas runner and leader of the Southeast Gassers Texas style, Ronnie Sandhuff, in that beautiful car called the Texas Shooter. He's going to take on T.J. York out of Ohio in the Greenhorn Hillbilly. That beautiful Paul Vanderpool paint job right there on that 55 Greenhorn Hillbilly. All right, T.J. York lives to fight another day and puts the pressure back on Jerry Birch and his brother Joey to continue this run for the second slot in B Gas.
My friend, you may have to give me the details on that one. From our end, it looked like one of the closer races that you've had. I don't know, just from my...
It was a good race. We was right there beside each other all the way till third gear, and then finally when I went to fourth gear, I pulled a little bit on him, but it was a close one. It was a good race. So Ronnie gave me everything we could get.
That's one of them where you're saying, come on, baby, come on, baby.
Yeah, I was pushing the floorboard. I think I was trying to put my foot through the firewall.
You know, you're getting pretty good at this winning thing. We'll just go ahead and plan on seeing you maybe in the next round.
It's going to be a good one. I think if Birch wins. I think it's me and him the next round, and that's going to determine who gets second place or not.
The Purple Haze in second place on the line. Brother, just, you're as capable as anybody, so don't sweat it.
We're just going to give it all we got. Thanks.
All right, there's the medicine man, Doug Dobbins out of Campobello, South Carolina, in that car that he has up for sale. Going to take on the Patriot of Daniel Haynes out of Holly Springs, South Carolina. There you see his beautiful wife, Mary Beth, backing him up in the Patriot with her patriotic attire on. In the right lane, that's going to be Doug Dobbins, backed up by his wife, Ingrid. And Doug Dobbins marches on to another win right here. Doug Dobbins been on a tear in that medicine man. Kind of hard to see it be sold, he told me, but he's got some bigger ideas on the horizon.
Doug Dobbins, as they say, welcome back, my friend. Welcome back. Great job. The old car running strong, making rounds, in the form of a past world champion.
It's running better. Good to be back. Not breaking anything. Having a wonderful time. I'll see you in about 25 minutes right here.
That's right. As I said, brother, welcome back.
Thank you so much.
Couple of long-time runners right here. A couple of family racers. There's the Birch brothers. Jerry driving, Joey crew chief, and the Beard family. There you see Dan Beard alongside his son James. They hail out of Ripley, Tennessee in the Obsolete 2 and the Freebird for the Birch brothers. The little red light might have caught him a little too soon. Yep, James Beard trying to get a little too much on the tree, and he gives the win over to the Birch brothers right there. Look at the wheels up, though. What a great looking
Southeast Gassers is always blessed to have people travel from other countries to come and see our special brand of drag racing that is simply recreating yesterday. Nigel Elsmore travels from Australia with his niece Mandy, as well as their kangaroo ascot named Roo. Nigel, we're just talking. You've been here 4 times now. Obviously, there's something that keeps drawing you back.
It's just the addiction of this group of race cars and this amazing bunch of people I loosely call my family. I just love it. I just can't get enough of it. I watch it on YouTube every chance I get, and I just got to keep coming back.
And I'm the best looking guy on YouTube, aren't I?
I would say so, yeah.
All jokes aside, brother, yes, our brand of racing, the Southeast Gassers, the true preservation of the history. Now, we want you to call us your tight family, not your loose family, because we do. We so appreciate you. And also to the point that you took it upon yourself to create an award that you brought with you this year, and as you said at the driver's meeting, not necessarily the fastest or the prettiest, but is the one that appealed to you the most, and this year you gave that to Gabriel Burrell. Could you give me some indication of what it was about Gabriel that inspired you to do that?
Well, when I look at the car he built himself, he works really, really hard. He hasn't got a massive budget to build the car. He's third on points in a car he built himself. To me, that means everything. It is amazing that man has done that. I truly believe that. And
that's a true testament to the way that it used to be done as well. Mandy, this is your first trip to America, is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
So not only do you get to come to America, but you get to come to a Southeast Gasser drag race. Now, I know that had to be the most important part about coming to America, especially for a lady from Australia.
Oh, definitely. It's the only reason I came.
So all jokes aside, had America all been on your list? Is it something that you'd wanted to do? And old Uncle Nigel just kind of said, well, here's a ticket, let's go?
Yeah, definitely. I love drag racing, so I've always been interested. And he said, I know this great bunch of people, this great race, you should come. And I thought, oh well, what the heck?
That's right.
Book the tickets, and here I am.
Well, we are happy to have you, and please come again. It's just, and America welcomes you, and the Southeast Gassers welcomes you. Nigel, thank you for bringing yourself, your niece. I want you to know our prayers are with you, and that we love you, and we're glad you came, and we're so honored that you chose us as something worthy of traveling all these miles just to keep coming to see.
Thank you so much, Mitch. It means a lot to us. Thank you.
This year's series sponsor, Carolina Precision Machining, Steve Vick. We thank you for all you've done for the Southeast Gassers this year. Donovan Stott, two-time world champion, going to face the man that is chasing his first world championship right here, and that is Kenneth Phillips. Kenneth Phillips in the Silver Streak 2, the 1958 Corvette. Gene Fulton horsepower underneath the hood, still trying to make rounds and put the pressure right on the frequent flyer. As he continues to make rounds, can solidify this world championship. But Donovan Stott going to try to knock him off right here. Donovan Stott's car getting erratic down through there. Kenneth Phillips getting the win. Watch this. We've seen that so many times before out of that high horsepower, small wheelbase car, that you see the margin of victory right there.
Phillips, we had a chance to catch up with Donovan a little earlier, and I reminded him you have been known to take out the trash. By George, you've done it again, but in case you didn't know, he was trying to paint this thing white.
No, he wasn't. I didn't even see him or nothing.
You must have been far enough ahead, but he was in your side.
He said if I was gonna beat him, he was gonna try his best to take me out. So,
well, it may have been Alan Galden may have had something to do with that. I'm not sure, but hey, you boys are making rounds. That's all I know, and this may well go to the end.
He went up there and talked to Donovan, so it had something to do with Alan. So
there was a little bit of instigating.
A little bit of instigating going on.
We'll look for you next round, Kenneth.
Next up, going to be J.T. Moses, Justin Moses, out of Braselton, Georgia. And he's going to be taking on none other than Steve Davis. This is a litmus test right here as he tries to take this big block and knock out the Spinny 2 car out of Monroe, North Carolina. And there you see it, folks. Looks like Steve Davis moves ever so slightly and gives away the win right there. And that is uncharacteristic of Steve Davis. Justin Moses takes the win right there.
Tell you what, Justin Moses, you're just creating new habits around here. This is just like becoming common.
Yeah, it's starting to get fun.
Well, I can certainly understand where you're coming from with that, because you have certainly been with us for a long time, and you've won a round or two here and there, but here recently you've just been winning just a little bit of everything.
Yeah, they're going to mess up and let me win one for too long. I'm going to promise you that.
Well, I tell you what, they better keep you very close, because you are certainly knocking on their door.
Well, I'm here to cause havoc and disrupt things, so I'm doing my job.
Doing a fine job, but we'll look for you next round, Justin.
See you now. Appreciate it.
Gabriel Burrow going to take on none other than Dean Jonas in the Agent Orange. The Agent Orange winner at our race prior down at Aiken, South Carolina. He's trying to defend right here in Shelby at Shady Side Dragway. Gabriel Burrow, again in that 1939 Dodge, the quick and dirty, trying to maintain his grips on a top 3 spot in our A-Gas competition for points this year. Doing a good job at campaigning this big, heavy, hard-to-drive car is Gabriel Burrow. Looks like Dean Jonas left a little too early right there. Yep. Don't know what he was trying to chew off on, but it chewed off a little too much of the tree. And Gabriel Burrow moves on again. Look at the Turners. Tony and Kimmery Turner, they're loving it as that car is going rounds. And look at Gabriel Burrow behind the wheel right there. Speaking of going rounds, that's just what the frequent flyer needs to do. There you see Dave Van Alstyne right there, the owner of the frequent flyer. driven by Alan Gaulden. Gaulden has already seen Kenneth Phillips beat Donovan Stott in round 2, so he must match to and win right here against Barry Lynn out of Greer, South Carolina. And if he doesn't do that, then it's going to be all over for the frequent flyer. There you hear the winner right there. That is none other than Alan Gaulden taking the win right there. So, again, stayed matched up. Look at that, pulling the wheels off the ground. That's got to be second gear or third.
Alan Gaulden, my friend, you and Donovan Stott may well be up for the Driver of the Day award. Only difference is you won your round and he lost his, but both of y'all just had 2 very wild rides.
Yeah, we've been struggling all day, Mitch, and we're working on it every round, trying to get a little better every round. And it's been a struggle.
Son, you better get better. I mean, you've got a date with Destiny coming up here pretty soon. You know, if you make it to the finals and you and Kenneth Phillips make it to the finals, I'm going to recommend you be at your best.
Oh, well, I'm trying, brother. I am trying. We're working on this car every second till they call us up there.
Not like me to put pressure on you.
No, not at all.
Look for you next round, my
There's Dale Morton in the Lucille. He's going to be taking on Robert Peffley. Mark Hackett definitely a interested onlooker right here, because if Dale Morton can knock off Robert Peffley, a thing that Hackett could possibly win this world championship. But not to be, as Dale Morton goes red and turns the win over to Robert Peffley. Look at that. Yep, knew that he had to get as much as he could on the tree.
Peffley, my friend, you have just conquered what I guess we can call a milestone. The first Southeast Gassers Association Superstock champion by way of winning that round. It is mathematically impossible for Mark to pass you. You are the champion, my friend. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mitch. It's been an awesome year. Our whole Southeast Gasser experience is awesome, just from day one getting brought into this deal, and it's been a tough year. We battled this thing. We've battled Mark. He is a worthy opponent as there ever was one, and it did come down to the last one. We broke at the last one in the final. We could have maybe not only had to come here and qualify. To say this is stressful is putting it lightly.
Well, I can say this, you know, this has been a year of war, and this is the last battle, and Mark gets a bye run into the next round with you guys, so you ain't shook him yet. You still got to beat him in this particular race, in this particular battle, but you have won the war. Congratulations, Robert Peffley, 2019 Superstock champion, and I will be honored to pronounce that to you at our awards banquet this year.
Thank you, sir. Have a good one.
Now Dallas Peffley going to take on Zach Long in that matchup of the Belvederes. Zach Long in the 66 Belvedere and Dallas Peffley in the 67 Belvedere. So definitely a Belvedere going to be winning this one. But look at these big super stockers right here. Something you might have driven to high school. And there's a margin of victory. What a close, scant margin of victory. And Dallas Peffley takes the win right there to move into the semifinals.
Dallas Peffley, my friend, good job on where you've made it to in rounds as far as for Superstock today. But how about that, Robert? Just clinched the 2019 Superstock World Championship, the first for the Southeast Gassers Association. Now, that's one of them things that goes into the history book.
Pretty awesome. He'd worked pretty hard all summer to do that.
I don't have no doubt of that whatsoever. I know that you guys put in the hours, and it shows.
Yep. Yeah, he's been working and trying and figuring and everything else on that car. So he deserves that. Mark, not to say that Mark wasn't there too. Mark worked and worked and worked also. So
you know, you can't have a winner if you don't have a loser, vice versa, whatever you want to say. No, nothing against Mark, but there's one winner and there's one first winner, and for this year, that's Robert Peffley.
Yes, it is. Thank you.
Mark Hackett gets a bye run right there by virtue of being the number 2 qualifier as he won round 1. Round 2, he gets a single, and he tries to run it through for E.T.
My friend, you may have lost the battle this year to old Robert Peffley and them doggone old Chryslers, but there's still a battle to win today.
Congratulations to Robert. He's fought hard all year. He deserves it, but the fight's not over today. We got a little something else to settle, and it's going to be tough, but we ain't giving up.
Yeah, he may have won the war of the championship, but you can take home the winter time bragging rights of winning the last race.
That's what we got left. We're going to go try to do it. Thank you.
I can't wait to see how this turns out.
See you.
All right, S.E.G.A round number 3 right here. There you see Larry Noel, number 1 qualifier and defending world champion. He's going to be taking on Josh Pruitt and the Youngblood in that 63 Ford Fairlane. And wow, leaving way early is Larry Noel in the Crazy Horse. So Josh Pruitt will take the win right there. Don't know what happened, if it was something mechanical or what, but there you see the Crazy Horse moving way early, and Josh Pruitt will take the win right here and move on to the next round. There's our 2019 champ right there, and that is none other than Leslie Horn in the stud muffin. He's going to take on our 2017 champ, Todd Oden. So we've just saw our 18 champ go down. We've seen our 17 champ in the left lane right now, and our 19 champ right now in the left lane, the stud muffin, Leslie Horn out of Bowling Springs, South Carolina. He's got a tall order here with that 1958 Delray, the Double X. Oh man, looks like something break in the drive shaft right there, or drive train or something for Oden as Leslie Horn moves on to the next round.
Leslie Horn, my friend, that's a way to capitalize on a championship season, and that is to put the number 2 man, the man closest to you, just put him on the trailer early and go ahead and make plans to win the drag race today.
Yes, sir. Some days, Mitch, it's just your day, and you can't mess up, and other days you mess up every time you do anything. Todd's a great guy. I mean, all these guys is great, and it's just I can't say enough. I'm gonna try to win this thing, but this little thing right here is gonna be hard to get past. That little thing going by right there. It's called.
Yeah, that Tim Hall, he is one fast ride, but hey, I don't think he got a whole lot to worry about. So are you. It just makes for a great drag race. That's all this.
What I like is it's even got my old faithful motor in here. That's what I like. A 65 model 283 crank.
So
with iron heads.
So what they're saying is you're just dancing with the one that brung you.
That's exactly right. Exactly right. Thank you.
All right, Tim Hall going to have a single right here. By virtue, Tim Hall was our number 2 qualifier here today. And in that 67 Rambler, Tim Hall, a vocational mechanics teacher down at Abbeville County Schools. Also wanted to say I just can't thank him enough for his service. All right, B-Gas round number 3 right here, Shady Side Dragway, Shelby, North Carolina. There you see Rod Bergner. He's going to be the benefactor of a bye run right here, as he has, Mike Blackwell went red a while ago, so now by virtue of Blackwell being the number 1 qualifier, Bergner gets this bye right here, and he's going to ease the Undertaker on down.
You know, Rod Bergener, we go from not getting to talk to you a whole lot to just talking to you every round, it would seem. You know, this thing is making rounds. There was a bye run for you because of where the location you was in, and hey, man, you're just making rounds. As simple as that.
It's going about as good as it can go right now, Mitch. Thank the good Lord for everything that's happening today.
Could this have anything to do, maybe y'all considering moving east?
This could have a big part to do with us considering moving east. Absolutely.
So even the car is in agreement?
The car is definitely in agreement. Absolutely.
Well, let's see if it's in agreement enough to do this again. We'll look for you in the next round.
Sounds good, brother.
Next pair up, that's going to be Doug Dobbins in the Medicine Man out of Campobella. He's going to take on Sean McLemore in the Foul Bird. The Foul Bird right there. There you see McLemore racing out of Clinton, Tennessee. Doug Dobbins already staged up. He's ready to go. And why not when you got a car that's running that well? He takes another round win right here today, he does. Doug Dobbins. Look at the margin of victory, a little over 2 car lengths right here. 2019 champ Tim Bailey going to take on the Oliver Springs, Tennessee runner Todd Napier. We've already seen this Atomic Hillbilly out here before today. Things running really well for him. Could it be that he knocks off and gets that first win today? Definitely smoking those big Hoosiers, getting them good and hot. Trying to get them ready to go right here to take on the 1957 Corvette out of Southern Pines, North Carolina. There you see Tim Bailey. Fox Performance Engines underneath the hood. Todd Fox providing the power for Tim Bailey. And look at the power that he is providing. And man, that's just another round win for Tim Bailey. Tim Bailey been the model of consistency this year. Every race, always in the Final Four. Look at the summit stripe right there, a little over a car length and a half as Tim Bailey moves on. TJ York right there in the Greenhorn Hillbilly going to take on Jerry Birch. Here is the head-to-head matchup that you've all been waiting for second place in the points. Whoever wins this one will be the second place runner in our season-long points championship. Birch Brothers with Par Race engines underneath the hood. Joey Birch carrying on the legacy of their dad, Joe Birch. Jerry Birch behind the wheel. TJ York going in deep, and that proves to be costly as Jerry Birch takes the win and takes second place in the points battle for this year in B-Gas. Man, what a margin of victory right there. You had to slow it down to make it look a little bit bigger.
Won the championship.
There's congratulations from Kelly York for the Birch Brothers.
You know, Jerry, there's a couple of times here recently that old TJ may have kind of stabbed you in the ribs a little bit. Well, is that a little sweet revenge from the Purple Haze?
You got that right. They had that little light blue haze going on with their T-shirts, and they said it was going to work today, and the Purple Haze come through.
Well, you know, purple is a much richer color than light blue.
Exactly, you know. That light blue, it's, you know, just too pastel. And it has some bright purple, baby.
You know, I'm not a history buff, but I did understand that back in the very old and ancient times, maybe in Roman days, purple was reserved for the kings and the high society. So I think it kind of fits the Birch Brothers high society kings of B-Gas.
Appreciate it.
All right, Superstock semifinals right here. There's Robert Peffley in the 4-speed Stampede, going to take on Mark Hackett in this head-to-head matchup right here. Looks like Mark Hackett gets off the line first. What a great shot right there of the overhead cam. There's Rhonda Hackett right there celebrating her man's win right there.
Look at my My friend, you know, that right there is what you call paying back some due debts.
That's all we had left that we could win, Mitch, and we come to win it. Woo! I tell you what, that was everything we had right there. That was it.
You know, Robert won the championship, but, you know, he didn't win this race. Don't you know this is going to be a long ride back home for him?
It probably will, but we got another round to go. We got to race his dad in the final, so we'll see what's going on right there. So, yeah, but we're tickled to death.
These Plymouth wagons are like some kind of plague. They just keep coming back, don't they?
Yeah, they're like ticks. You can't get one on. You got 3 or 4 every time you check. Yep.
Thank you. Thank you, Mark.
Next up in the semifinals is going to be Dallas Peffley. He'll get a bye run right here. So Mark Hackett and Dallas Peffley will go to the finals here in Superstock. All right, semifinals in S.E.G.A right here coming up. Leslie Horn had that bye in the bottom part of the bracket. He's going to take a leisurely drive down the track and take the green. And look how many people are still in the stands right here as nightfall has come upon us here at Shady Side Dragway. We always say when the lights come on, the stars of the Southeast Gassers come out. And now we're down to semifinal time. Leslie Horn, our 2019 champ, he's going to be on one half of the finals bracket. The other half is going to be contested between Josh Pruitt and Tim Hall, another couple of small cubic inch high winding cars. One being a blue oval right there. You see the Youngblood, the 63 Ford Fairlane, and the 67 Rambler. And Josh Pruitt takes too much on the tree and gets caught by the red eye. And Tim Hall will move on to the finals to face our 2019 champ.
Tim Hall, once again, we're finding you going into the finals, my friend. You are just pretty consistent at this little trick.
Yeah, it feels good, and sometimes you get in that rhythm, and you know you just do your thing, you know. And today's been one of them days, you know. Things have kind of fell my way again, you know. Sometimes it takes those breaks, and I hate to keep saying that, but it's true.
It doesn't matter, you know. You and your dad make a formidable team, my friend.
Right, appreciate it. We're gonna give it our best and see if we can knock old Leslie out. Let him. He gonna win. How's it go? He gonna win the war, but I'm wanting to win the battle. So
that's exactly how it goes. He's won the war, but there's one battle left to fight.
That's right. We're gonna get that battle. I hope. So.
B-Gas semifinals right here coming up. And there is Rod Bergner in the Undertaker. He'll be in the right-hand lane. In that 55 Chevy, he's going to take on the 2019 champ, Tim Bailey, out of Southern Pines, North Carolina, in that 57 Corvette that he calls the Alley Cat 2. Again, Todd Fox has put the motor underneath that car, Fox Performance Engines. And it is going to be a tall order for Bergner. Let's see how he does against Bailey. Bailey is going to go in, and Bergner just leaves too soon right there, and the red light catches him. So Tim Bailey will move on to the finals, where he'll get the winner of Jerry Birch and Doug Dobbins.
Tim Bailey, that was a little bit of controversial, but I understand you won the round because he left before the tree was activated. Even though you went red, that means that you were still there when the tree was activated.
Well, that's what I was thinking. As a rule, when two people red light, whoever the earliest red light.
Absolutely. Always that. No two cars can red light at the same time. And had he not left before the tree was activated, you wouldn't have gotten a red light. Now, I'm not the official word. I'm just telling you, I'm pretty sure that's what it'll be.
I can only hope.
A couple of par race engines underneath these Chevy 2s. The Medicine Man and the Freebird. And again, if you're looking to go to the front right now over the winter time, or you're watching this video, Doug Dobbins has got that Medicine Man for sale, and he's got it priced right. You can go right to the top of B-Gas with that car. It is consistent and it is running well. Look at the red headlights right there for the Freebird, Jerry Birch. Look, if the wheels come up, Birch goes to the wall, and man, Doug Dobbins, that's all he needs. Birch has to get out of it as that car takes a violent turn to the left. That's twice we've seen that car move to the left. Does a great job of keeping it off the wall, does Birch. And the medicine man in that view right there takes the win.
You just come back up here and create all kinds of havoc. You know, you go missing for I don't know how long. You show up and you're taking out the top dogs.
They sort of wrote me off, I think.
Boy, that was a mistake on their part, wasn't it?
Guess what? We back.
Well, we got one more round. Let's just see how this turns out.
All right, I'm ready.
I'm going to let you on a secret. You happen to have the champion for the year on next round. Tim Bailey.
Yeah, I owe him a little something. Thank you.
A-Gas semifinals. There we have Justin Moses in that 1956 Chevy, 532 cubic inches of big block underneath the hood of it, and Kenneth Phillips with the Gene Fulton small block in the hood, underneath the hood of that 58 Corvette. The Silver Streak 2 out of Campobello, South Carolina. There you see his wife Elizabeth bringing him up to his beams. And there's the red light again, rearing its ugly head as Justin Moses could not wait and was trying his best to knock off Kenneth Phillips. But he just got caught right there, and that is all it takes for Kenneth Phillips to make it to the finals here.
I tell you what, you sure are making it hard on the old Swamp Monster team. You just making rounds and ain't giving them not one opportunity.
That's the plan. I don't want to give nothing. I'm trying to hold it in there, and I kind of hope Gabe takes them out.
So this is one of them things, if they win it, they're going to have to pry it out of your cold, dead fingers, huh?
They sure are. They're going to have to get it the hard way.
Well, you know, we're fixing to find out here in a few minutes if they make another round, but all I can tell you is this is getting really interesting.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, there is the frequent flyer of Alan Gaulden. He's going to take on Gabriel Burrell. Gabriel Burrell driving that quick and dirty, as we have said before. And again, Gaulden needs to keep pace right here, as he has just seen Kenneth Phillips take the win. Gaulden trying to get everything right on that car, as he knows every round, every shift, everything counts here today at Shadyside Dragway. The quick and dirty out of Cumming, Georgia. Oh, red light start by Alan Gaulden. What a turn of events. Gabriel Burrell will go to the finals in the quick and dirty. And just like that, Kenneth Phillips becomes the world champion. And Alan Gaulden turns on the red light. So unfortunate, but that's what championship drag racing is all about. It can come down to one round, one leave of a starting line too soon.
It's a win, right? Tony, good job,
That is true, Queen Stott. That is Kenneth Phillips' best friend right there is Gabriel Burrell. There you see Tony Turner receiving the congratulations.
My friend, I mean, that may have been a gimme, but doesn't matter. I know that you were there with the capabilities of winning that round. Either way you did, this is just shaping up to be really neat.
Car done good. I'm tickled to death. Everything's going perfect our way right here. Got two gimmies the last two rounds, but we were there either way, so.
Doesn't matter. Like I said, I know that you and the car is capable of winning the rounds, whether they go red, whether they freak out, doesn't matter. You know, still you're there to take it.
Kenneth's happy right now. He needs to give me a handshake right now. We'll go talk to him, but yeah, me and Tony, everybody were tickled to death with it, so see if we can win one more.
That did just seal the fate for Kenneth Phillips. Yes, it did. That makes him the 2019 champion. I haven't got to tell him yet, but I'm sure he knows it by now. So anyway, brother, we'll look for you next round.
H-Gas final right there. There's the Beelzebub versus Paul Combast in the sauerkraut. H-Gas is an exhibition category for us. 4 cylinders or 6 cylinder motors underneath the hoods here, and these happen to be 2 VWs. I think the Beelzebub is for sale pending. It might be even pending sale as we speak right here. There's the sauerkraut, getting ready to get it on right here. And there's Paul Combast streaking away to another win, as Paul Combast has done a yeoman's job campaigning this H-Gas category for us this year. And if you have any questions or concerns, look him up on Facebook at Paul Combast, and he'll be able to help you, as well as SoutheastGassers.com, where you can find all the rules for that category. All right, AFX Finals right here again. Another category that is not Southeast Gasser approved, but part of drag racing history, and we want to preserve that right here. There's the black and blue racing of none other than Robert Frazier in that Barracuda, and he's going to take on the Hubert Platt entry, the Georgia Shaker 3, that is driven by Hubert Platt's son, Alan Platt. The Platt family has a long lineage of Hubert and Houston Platt. Houston campaigned the Dixie Twister. There you see the blue flame coming out the side. These are mechanically fuel injected on methanol. These are the predecessor to the funny car. And there you see Alan Platt picking up the win right there. Alan Platt been working really hard on that Georgia Shaker 3 to get it into contention, and he does just that.
Alan Platt, my friend, making old Dad Hubert mighty proud out here, keeping these old Fords out here in Victory Circle, my man. Good job, Alan. You know, you and your cousin Rocky and you guys, this AFX category is growing, and you know, the powers that be within the Southeast Gasser Association is at least having discussions about maybe turning this into a full-blown class for next year, so that'd be exciting.
It would be. That's what we need. We need about 4 more cars, and then we'd have an 8-car class, and we'd have a points chase then.
That you definitely would, Alan. But again, you know, you won this one today. I think old cousin Rocky won the last race we was at, but old Chevrolet just couldn't hang on today. Kicked the rods or something out of it, didn't he?
He did. He had a little problem there, but we were glad to put her in the winner's circle, man. I'm so happy. We run our best time of the day on that final and got it running really good. I got Blake Wilder helping me tune the car now, and it's really helped. It's made a big difference. We're going to go all through this motor this winter, and we're going to be ready for him next year.
So Hubert Platt is returning.
Oh, big time. The Georgia Shaker's going to be here, man. He's going to be here. Believe that.
Well, good job, Alan. We're happy for you, brother. We'll see you a little bit later this evening.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Alan Platt, man, you doing Dad proud putting this Georgia Shaker 3 in the winner's circle here in AFX tonight.
Absolutely, man. I know he's looking down on us with a big grin.
You guys have done such a great job as a whole Platt family in honoring your Uncle Houston and your dad, Hugh. I guess you'd say the progression here in AFX, we're seeing more cars come in that want to be AFX cars and just be part of the show, not necessarily a championship pointer. But it is so great that you're reliving this history and keeping it alive for everyone.
Yeah, we're having a ball with it, man. And the AFX class is growing, and we hope to have more cars next year. And yeah, man, it's getting big and it's more fun, and we're getting faster too.
Yeah, and a lot more consistent. You know, I know you struggled a little bit with the mechanical fuel injection. You seem to have that worked out now, making some good, clean passes.
Man, I got Joe Wilder tuning the car. I got Rob Walden helping me over at his shop on the dyno, and so we're doing some things. And by next year, we're hoping to get a lot more out of it.
Well, the win here today has definitely got to catapult you into the off season and give you something to really shoot for.
It has, man. It'll have us all smiling all through the winter.
Well, I know the fans can keep up with you through all your social media outlets. Look for the Georgia Shaker and Alan Platt. You got that book out. You want to plug your book right here real quick?
Absolutely. Go to GeorgiaShaker.com and pick up my new book, Hubert Platt, Fast Forward to the Georgia Shaker. And, yeah, man, you can get them at GeorgiaShaker.com along with T-shirts, posters, DVDs, everything to keep drag racing history alive.
And then when you come out here in 2020 to catch us at the Southeast Gasser event, they have a lot to talk to you about, won't they?
Absolutely, absolutely. We can reminisce about the history.
Well, congrats on your win today here. Alan Platt putting this Georgia Shaker 3 in the winner's circle.
Thank you, sir. I had a great time.
All right, Superstock finals right here. There you see Mark Hackett out of Lebanon, Tennessee in that Mercury Comet Caliente. Going to take on Dallas Peffley in the Belvedere. Seems like every time Hackett looks up, he's taking on a Belvedere, but that is what the class has 3 of this year. The 65 Mercury Comet Caliente that is campaigned by Mark Hackett and his wife Rhonda. They'll be in the right lane. In the left lane, going to be that Peffley entry from Dallas Peffley. He calls it the Grumpy Bee. And Mark Hackett takes the win and the series victory. So he has won 6 races on the year this year in our Superstock category. And there you see his wife Rhonda. She is all excited again. And just another good shot from Sewell Imagery.
Well, Mr. Mark Hackett, you won the battle, my friend. This one is over for the books. It's done. Ford's back on top.
Yes, sir, absolutely. We want to congratulate Robert. Long, hard battle all year long, back and forth. Couldn't ask for a better competitor. He's got my respect 100% every day. We came here probably knowing there wasn't a chance to win a championship. We wanted to win 6 races. We wanted to win the most races this year. So we're just absolutely happy and blessed to get that done. Yeah.
Well, as I said, the Fords won this one, and it's going to be several months before the Chryslers can even try to get back on top.
Yeah, but we're probably going to run about like we are right now next year, so they don't have much to worry about. So,
Mark Hackett, man, you got another victory here this year. You ended up tying Robert Peffley for the points, but unfortunately, the way the rules are, he got there first, so he is the champion this year. But you tied him. Man, what a great battle y'all had all year long.
We did. I've been telling the fans for the past 5-6 races, you got to be at Shady Side. We're taking it to Shady Side, and it's going to be a fantastic final, and that's the way we made it. Got to give Robert credit. He's fought hard all year long, traveled longer than almost anybody in Superstock class, and he deserves it, and he worked for it, and glad for him.
Well, and both of you guys were the class of Superstock this year. I think you got 6 now. Is that correct?
6, yeah.
You got 6 wins. He's got 5. You dominated the class with him this year, and it's got to feel good to take it here at Shady Side today. You did everything that you could to possibly win this points outright.
We did. We got a Shady Side sweep. One here in the spring, one here in the fall, and coming here, we knew it would be hard to overcome him in points. We wanted this race. We wanted to win 6, so we're ecstatic to come out here with this today.
Well, I know Rhonda's been by your side the whole time. Is there anyone else that you want to thank and give credit to in this 2019 season?
I've got friends at home. Chris Amos, he's been texting me all day. He's 100% supportive of everything we do. Kevin Shaw, he's here with me right now. He helps me anytime I need help. My wife, she never complains. She's always ready to get in the motorhome and come race. Jimmy Bridges Performance, he helps us on the car with some stuff. So Hoosier Tire for the tire this year, it's been fantastic. And really, David, just everybody that helps Southeast Gassers to do what they do every year, we really appreciate it.
Well, I tell you what, Mark, the first year of Superstock being a championship points battle, you have been a credit to this association. We can't thank you enough for all that you do. Your winner today right here, Superstock at Shady Side Dragway in the final race, Mark Hackett.
Thank you, David.
All right.
All right, buddy.
I can't get my shoes on. S.E.G.A Finals going to pit our 2019 champ, Leslie Horn, in the stud muffin against the Scalded Dog Rambler of Tim Hall out of Abbeville, South Carolina. There is Tim Hall in the right lane. Leslie Horn has chosen the left lane. There you see Larry Floyd helping out, bringing Leslie Horn back. Can Leslie Horn book into his 2019 run with a championship here today? He sure can. Listen to those small blocks whine as something happened with Tim Hall as he moved toward the center line. There you see him over toward the center, thinks better of it, pushes in the clutch right there, does Tim Hall. And our 2019 world champ, Leslie Horn, going to book in that with a win here at the finals at Shady Side Dragway. There you see Logan Horn, his crew chief and son, being congratulated by Billy Ison. Another great shot of the starting line camera. Robbins Repairables on the front quarter panel right there in Mooresboro, North Carolina. They were our great sponsors here today of the finals.
Leslie, my brother, you know, you have won the war. You've won the battle. This has just been the year of Leslie Horn. Come on out, brother. Let me tell you, congratulations. Couldn't be happier for an old homeboy.
Oh, man.
You know, you, Gene Fulton, the whole crowd, you done a great job.
How about Gene Fulton, Johnny Hightower, Robbins Repairables, who sponsored this race for us. All the fans, Southeast Gassers, Brian Harris, Larry Floyd, Logan Horn, my family's here, everybody's here. This is just awesome, awesome. Never thought when we got here last night, I said, boy, this car just won't run. I was used to the other motor turning 11.5, you know, and I'm turning this one 10. It's a big difference, you know.
Yes, they are.
And it just don't feel like it would run. But anyway, whoo. I don't even know what to say. Thank you, Southeast Gassers. Thank you for Quain Stock. I mean, look at this, man. How many people you think? 3,000 plus,
probably 3,000 people here today witnessing this event, yes.
This is just an awesome, awesome event. I mean, we had other stuff stacked on top of us, too, and we have fought weather all year. It seemed like every time we went somewhere, it would rain or whatever, but here comes another good race right here. But it's just awesome. I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be the champion. I mean, I'm just awesome. I don't even know what else to say. I don't even know.
That's all you can say. You know, all these people, that's just proof positive that people will travel from miles and countries away to come and see good, true drag racing. Congratulations. Congratulations, Leslie. Since the cold my jaw's freezing up. Congratulations, brother. We'll see you in the winner's circle.
Sounds good. Thank y'all. Thank everybody. Thank you, Mitch.
All right. Hey, you got your winners right here today. Logan Horn, the crew chief. You've been at it all year long in here at Shady Side Dragway. You get the World Championship. How does it feel for you, Logan?
It's hard to put into words, David. It truly is. It's truly one of the best days of my life. Truly, honestly. And to come out here and get the race win on top of that, especially considering that Mr. Old Red Light here, I swear this world champion has red lit more than any world champion in Southeast Gassers history.
Well, now remember, we're celebrating now. We're not being critical.
I know, but still. But to come out here and get a win here on the season finale at Shady Side, here at home where the family's at, it just makes it that much more, just a cherry on top.
And to do it with your dad, I know him behind the wheel makes it all that much more important. Congratulations to you, Les, on the win today, and more importantly, that 2019 World Championship that you've been chasing so hard.
Thank you. I just want to thank so many people that came out, so many people that's helped me and supported me. My whole family's here, wife, daughter, mom, sister, my brother-in-law, you name it, everybody's here. Larry Floyd helped me a ton this year. Logan, the crew chief, Bob. Gene Fulton, Bob, carburetor Bob, everybody knows him. I can't even say his last name, Bob Zabo. Well, that's right. There's been so many people. Brian Harris, his wife's here, Robbins Repairables, who had helped me this year and sponsored me. They also sponsored this race, and to be able to win it for them here too, that's great. Johnny Hightower, I mean, I don't know who all else to thank. I mean, thank you, David, for everything you do. Quain for Southeast Gassers for putting this on. I mean, how could you have us a better event? I mean, so many people, 4,000 people come out here and do this and let us come out here and have fun and do what we do. And this old car, well, this old motor in this thing pulled it off. I can't believe it.
Yeah, that 292 cubic inch Gene Fulton power plant under here really made a difference for you out here today.
Yep, 30-year-old technology. This motor was one of Gene's 30 years ago, and went through and we freshened it up, and to be able to come out here with a 65-mile 283 and even remotely run with these boys and have a chance to win is unbelievable.
Well, last year, you know, you had a chance. You've met a few races last year. Your first full year here with the Southeast Gassers. You know, World Championship, you couldn't ask for more. And you guys have Rookie of the Year last year. You guys have really put into miles and put into long hours working on this car.
Oh, we have put in a lot of hours, and Brian Harris race cars, and Larry Floyd, me, Logan. I mean, we put in so many hours in the last 2-3 months. It's unreal. It's got to the point that we was almost tired of it, you know. But it's all paid off now, and to be here, I can't even believe that if you'd have told me when I come through the gate this morning, I was saying, you know, mine might be top 5 maybe, you know, with this caliber that's come in here. And then you look at the qualifying sheets, and I think the top 5 was 600ths apart. 600ths, not 6,000ths. That's how tough it's got. So
Well, it is tough in our Southeast Gassers, but you have proven yourself and got to the top of the heap. The win here today, and more importantly, the 2019 World Champ, Mr. Leslie Horn, and the Crew Chief of the Year here in S.E.G.A, Logan Horn. Congratulations, both of you.
Thank you.
As we move into B-Gas finals, there's Doug Dobbins in the Medicine Man. He just continues to click off round after round as he is going to take on the Alley Cat 2 of Tim Bailey, who's our 2019 champ. Great look right there at Ingrid Dobbins bringing up Doug, her husband, getting him ready to go. Wow, uncharacteristic red light right there by Tim Bailey as he knew the performance that was under the hood of that Medicine Man, and that caused him to leave ever so early as he was trying to get everything he could on the tree. And Doug Dobbins is going to take the win right here at our Shady Side Finals in 2019. Receiving congratulations from Rocky Platt is Ingrid Dobbins. There's Tom White helping out, giving the congratulations as well. Stephen Smith, all the Southeast Gassers right there. What a beautiful image right there Caleb Sewell brings to us every week.
You know, Doug Dobbins, sometimes people make horrific mistakes when they count out what might be considered the underdog. Boy, you was no underdog today.
No, this thing, that's 5 92s back to back. It's a bracket car.
Well, we don't talk about numbers that much around here, but I'm going to tell you this. That was a good, consistent race car today. No doubt about it, my friend. You've put it all together. I hope that it doesn't mean that you have to take a long hiatus to come back and win every time, because we want you to come all the time.
No, as you well know, this is the first race besides Kentucky that we hadn't broke something. So I'm a happy camper.
Right.
I wish we were running next weekend.
So not only are you going home with a race win in your pocket, but you're also going home with an intact race car.
Exactly. Thank y'all.
See you in the winner's circle, my friend.
All right, Doug Dobbins coming in here. We got Ingrid coming in with him too. What a dynamic combination you guys make here with this Medicine Man car. Taking a few weeks or a few months off and coming back and having an absolute ball here winning this race today.
It was sort of unbelievable to come back. I think we've gone, 3.5 months? And we tested 2 Thursdays ago and patched everything up. And there's like you said a while ago, it was a bracket car tonight.
Had some clutch issues when we first got here and weren't feeling very hopeful about things.
Through the clutch issues, and it's a good car. It come alive.
Come alive, it did. We can't, Quayne don't let us say anything about the numbers, but I saw them up there. Consistency today was the name of the game, and you were on it with some incredible ETs.
Yeah, it was, like I said, it was a bracket car. It's just every time, man, anybody can drive this car. This thing is, it's something else, but good to be back.
It's good to have you back, Doug. It's good to have you back too, Ingrid, and putting this Medicine Man right here in Victory Lane and Shady Side Dragway. And we thank you so much for being back with us. Y'all's winner today right here in B-Gas, Doug and Ingrid Dobbins.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Tim Bailey, congratulations on the 2019 B-Gas World Championship.
Thank you, friend. I appreciate it. It's been a great year. Got a lot of people to thank, so I'm going to start with my engine builder, Todd Fox Performance. Built me a great little engine. Tim Timmerman did the tuning and stuff on it all year long for me. Ain't an ounce of quit, neither one of them. Family, can't say enough about Jared always being here, but all these guys will give you the shirt off their back, and that's the backbone of this group.
Well, and having a group like that, like you say, brings that consistency that you need to win a championship in 2019.
Yeah, you've got to come to all of them. You got to, be dedicated to it, and that's a big part of it. It really is. But it's a couple of guys that had just started racing with us, we're talking a minute ago. They said this is the most fun thing we've ever done. I said, well, we told you. That's all I can say. We told you.
Well, you know, you are going back. You're part of the original 8 that started the Southeast Gassers, and this is your second World Championship, and it's got to feel really good to be known as part of that crew that started all this.
Well, with a competitive level in B-Gas, yeah, I feel really good about it. I mean, we had some ultra-quick cars, and we weren't the quickest, but it seemed like sometimes luck was just on our side, and good Lord was watching out for us too, so that's always good.
Well, and getting up and down the road to these races, the provisions that he provides for us is one of those great things we never want to take for granted.
Yeah, safe travels on the track, safe travels up and down the roads. We take that for granted sometimes.
Any plans to do anything different in 2020 as we start to embark and think about the off season?
We're going to step the level up like everybody else does. You sit still over the winter, you find out you got trouble.
Yeah, because the races are won in the shop in the off season, right?
Exactly. You got to go get with it, get under it, get around it. I mean, redo everything and be ready in first of the year.
Well, I know you got a lot of great help behind you. This has just been a great race car for you. Fox Performance Machines right there done you a great job this year, too. I've seen that being on the other end up there in the tower where the consistency has been where it needed to be.
Yeah, Todd was here today. I was really tickled to see him here, and he's as excited, he and Tim are, as I am about it. So can't say enough about these guys that help.
Well, now we can officially say two-time world champion Tim Bailey here in the Southeast Gassers. Congratulations, my friend.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
All right, here comes our 2019 world champ around the corner. That's going to be none other than the Silver Streak 2 of Kenneth Phillips, the 58 Corvette, and Gabriel Burrell in the 39 Dodge. And wouldn't it be prophetic if Gabriel Burrell were able to get his first ever event win right here in Tony Turner's Quick and Dirty, the 1939 Dodge. He has done a yeoman's job driving that big, heavy race car, and it's not easy to do. And he has done it all the way to the finals here today, and for a couple of races, he has campaigned that car so well. There you see Kimmery Turner getting things ready, and Elizabeth Phillips helping her husband, and there's Kimmery again bringing up their car. Final run of the year here at Shady Side Dragway, and oh man, something happens to Gabriel Burrell. Don't know what that might have been, but Kenneth Phillips takes it.
What an incredible number right there. Kenneth Oshie has been an incredible 2019. We invite you all down to Victory Lane to compete with our winners here tonight in our World Championship.
Kenneth Phillips, congratulations, my friend. It's been a long time coming that I get to announce you as the 2019 A-Gas, nonetheless, world champion, brother. You finally pulled it off.
It has been a long time, and boy, I was just glad to take it all home tonight. It's been like 4 years, and I was ready.
Well, you know, you and Leslie Horn is just riding on high tonight. It's both of them. It's the first time you've won a championship. So not only did you win the war, but you also won the battle of the day. You've won the race. So you boys get to go home with a race win in your pocket, a championship in your pocket, and most of all, an intact race car.
Exactly. That's the main thing. Keep your car together, too. But I'm just happy to win today.
Well, Kenneth, it's been a battle all year, my friend, and I've got to tell you, it's been an exciting one. I have enjoyed watching every step of this. I know everybody at home and on TV, whatever, has enjoyed and kept up with this, because that's all I hear on the background chatter all the time is you guys, how much of a battle this has been, and to come out on top, son, that's an accomplishment. We'll be looking for you in the winner's circle.
Yep. I just want to thank all the fans. I got fans behind me everywhere, and I just want to thank them all.
They are obviously from around the world. We've got people attending this race today from Australia, people from New Zealand, people from all points of the United States. There's no question, you know, that this is one of the things that'll bring out is good, pure, true drag racing, and that's what they find here at the Southeast Gassers Association.
Yep, I'm just glad for the win.
You got it.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
All right, Kenneth Phillips, brother, you have won the war after so many years of fighting.
I sure am glad we have been after this thing and after it and come in second for so many years, and I'm just glad to have the win today.
Well, Kenneth, you get a great win, but I can't get over, like you said, all the years that you have just beat on this race car, worked on it, and
strive to win this championship, and it's finally yours. How does that make you feel?
Oh, I feel good. I feel like this was a year and it come together. But the first year, it didn't seem like it was going to come together, but it did.
Well, I tell you, your car was consistent all year. You had plenty of competition. You know, that was a great runner, you know, in the other lane, you know, against you all the time. But you did persevere, and I know you got so many people you want to thank.
I want to thank Gene Fulton most of all. That's my motor man, and that's the main thing in the car, and it's done good. Thank my help, Billy Edwards and Kenny and KJ, and thank my wife for backing me up, and they many more, but that's most of them there.
It starts running together when you're up here in front of the mic, doesn't it, buddy?
It does.
And you had a great win today. This car, I mean, the last 2 or 3 races, it was just like a bracket car, man. You were clicking off some numbers that were real consistent.
It has done real good, and it's just, you just got to stay on top of them and keep them things from, make sure they leave the line right and all that. It's a tough job to keep one going like this.
Well, Kenneth Phillips, your focus has been laser tight all year, and really for the last 2 years. I want to congratulate you on your win today here at Shady Side Dragway, and most importantly on that 2019 World Championship that you so richly deserve.
Thank you.
All right, Kenneth Phillips, your winner today. What a day and what a season we are culminating here today at Shady Side Dragway 2019, one for the record books.
David, brother, it is. It's the end. You know, this is 2019. It's over. Our champions are crowned. Kenneth Phillips and Robert Peffley and Tim Bailey and then Leslie Horn. And Leslie and Kenneth being first-time, you know, champions, and the Southeast Gassers just continues to provide such a platform for these guys and the spectators, and it's just such a reward for Quayne and myself to have seen this thing grown the way it has.
Well, grown it has, with the record number of cars, you know, coming through the gates this year, people coming out seeing us. The storylines continue to unfold as 2020 is going to be upon us very soon. But we got to recap today. I mean, what a great win today for Kenneth Phillips, culminating with his championship.
You know, Kenneth, I had began to kind of call him the bridesmaid because he was always there, but he just could not seem to close the deal. There was always something. It was either somebody outrunning him or sometimes Kenneth outrunning himself. Doesn't matter. The result is the same. But today, Kenneth put it all together, and in what dramatic fashion. You know, him and Alan Gaulden come here tied on the points in a gas. You just don't get no better than that. I mean, you know, I'm as seasoned an old drag racer as you'll find. You know, I've lived my life out here, but man, I was excited to see this one.
Excitement was palpable in the stands. You could just feel it. And, you know, unfortunately, Alan Gaulden wasn't able to make it to the finals to face off with him. That would have been even more climatic. But Quayne Stock couldn't have written a better script.
No, you know, that's the thing, David, is we get to say this just about every year. You know, the fact is we're looking forward to 2020, but we look back to 2018, 17, 16, 15, doesn't matter. You know, you and I have had the blessing, the opportunity, the honor to stand up here and recap these races time and time again, get to relive them for a few minutes after it's over. And every year, there's just no new words because every year it's all the same. It's just this incredible form of drag racing. And the great part, I was talking to Robbie Vandergrift today, and he got to talking about it. He said, Mitch, he said, this brings back so many memories. I said, yeah, we get to compact like 40 years of racing memories into a 5-hour day. I said, what a compression of emotions that come out, all the things that you get to remember. And it's just so cool that this is so, it's just so yesteryear. It's so perfect rendition. I talked to a guy here today from Virginia, raced in S.E.G.A back in the day up in the Virginia area, and I said, brother, you know better than the others than to tell me, is this right? Is this the way it was? He said, mister, it gives me cold chills that this is so accurate to what I done back in the day. He said, I believe I was 30 years old today, and he said, I'm actually about 75.
And we have seen it come to fruition. If you still continue it, they'll still come. And people like that coming from Virginia, Connecticut, flying across the pond to get here, and people building cars wanting to relive the yesteryear.
You know, David, we've got a guy Sweden, I believe it is, that's building a car that he's going to campaign with us next year. Here we are looking to 2020, that's going to ship that car over here and race with us next year. We had Nigel Elsmore, thank you, come over from Australia today, and not only did he come from Australia to enjoy the race, but he felt compelled, this is his 4th time, I think he told me, compelled to create a handmade award that he gave to him what was just the most perfect situation of man and machine here, which he gave to Gabriel Burrell because he built that car with his own bare hands. And there again, that's what racing was in the 60s.
It really was. And as we continue talking about today's event, Doug Dobbins, after a 3.5-month absence, comes out here and just absolutely sets it on fire in B-Gas, one of our most competitive classes.
You know, Doug Dobbins being a past world champion, you can't call him an underdog. But the fact is, when he started this year out, it really wasn't a good year for Doug. I mean, they had problems after problems after problems. He just couldn't put it together. You know, he was a first-round loss, you know, sometimes, which was uncharacteristic for Doug, but it had became the normal. Well, he takes a few races off, you know, and he came back, and we was talking every round about, well, you're not really the underdog, but boy, did they ever make a mistake in discounting you.
Yeah, because he comes out here as his number 2 qualifier and puts it right to the winner's circle in the first race back.
And there again, you know, Doug's an old seasoned drag racer. You know, it's one of them things to where you can never unlearn how to ride a bicycle.
That is so true. As we culminate here, finishing up, 2019 has been a great year to meet new fans, to meet new people, to bring new faces into the Southeast Gassers. And Mitch, is there any final words you'd like to say about 2019?
David, we're just, you know, thank you, God. You know, we're just blessed by God every day, every year, and I only pray that all of these racers take the glory that they receive from all of the people that's watching them, from all of the glory that they're being extended, that they just turn it back to the Father and say thank you.
Well, with that, Mitch, would you take us out in prayer, as we always do?
Absolutely. Dear Heavenly Father, we sit back and just in total awe at the blessings that you have bestowed upon us, this great sanctioning body that you have given Quayne the wisdom to create and to guide, your helping hand, your guiding hand. In reality, Lord, we're just following you. That's why we try to continue to give you the praises that we do and make sure that we raise this up, that everyone in our voice, everyone in our ear, at least knows your name, dear God, and the blessings and the grace that you give. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you again for all things. Please give travel safety to all of our competitors, our spectators, our guests, our friends, our family, dear Father. In Jesus Christ's holy name we pray. Amen.
Mountain breezes, North Carolina, with its sandy beaches, wonderland of variety. North Carolina.